Welcome back to the channel, Gearheads. Today we're diving deep into a machine that resurrects raw American muscle with a modern twist. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429. It's bold, it's brash, and it's everything a true Mustang enthusiast could ever dream of. If you thought muscle cars were fading into nostalgia, Ford just reminded the world that the legend still lives. And it's louder, faster, and more refined than ever. Let's start by soaking in the sheer presence of this beast. From the front, the 2026 Boss 429 looks like it's about to inhale the road. The grille is wide and imposing, flanked by narrow, aggressive LED headlights that channel the spirit of the original 1969 Boss. But Ford didn't stop at retro cues. A functional hood scoop dominates the front end, not just as a nod to history, but as a necessity for feeding cool air into the massive power plant underneath. The lower front splitter and revised fascia hint at the car's track-ready credentials, providing both downforce and aerodynamic refinement. Moving to the side profile, the Boss 429 rides low, mean, and wide. The wheel arches are flared, wrapping around 20-inch forged aluminum wheels that are not just beautiful, but purpose-built. Every line, every crease along the side tells a story of motion, performance, and power. You'll notice the subtly integrated side skirts and that muscular shoulder line that sweeps back toward the rear. Ford's designers clearly aimed to blend modern aerodynamics with retro intimidation. And with the Boss decals strategically placed near the fenders, it's a subtle flex that only real enthusiasts will recognize. Swing around to the rear and things get even more intense. The quad exhaust tips are unmistakable. They snarl to life. The second, the engine breathes. A redesigned rear diffuser enhances stability at high speeds, and a carbon fiber rear wing sits proud atop the trunk lid, not just for show, but to provide real-world aerodynamic benefit. The taillights remain quintessential Mustang with their 3-bar design, but they're sharper, sleeker, and lit with sequential LEDs that look stunning both day and night. Now stepping inside, the 2026 Boss 429 is where old-school muscle meets new-school tech. Sink into the Recaro sports seats, upholstered in Alcantara and stitched with Boss insignias, and you immediately feel like you're inside a fighter jet, not just a car. The cabin strikes a careful balance between race readiness and comfort. A 12.8-inch digital cluster greets the driver with dynamic displays that change based on your selected drive mode: normal, sport, track, or the newly added drag strip mode. The infotainment system is Ford's latest Sync 5, featuring a large, curved touchscreen with wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and a dedicated performance telemetry suite. Everything is angled toward the driver, creating a cockpit feel that's focused, immersive, and intuitive. Under the hood is where this car earns its legendary name. The 2026 Boss 429 packs a naturally aspirated 7.0-liter V8, a reimagining of the iconic semi-Hemi 429 of the late 60s. This modern incarnation roars with an astonishing 670 horsepower and 625 lb-ft of torque, all sent to the rear wheels through a 6-speed manual gearbox, or an optional 10-speed automatic for those who prioritize lightning-fast shifts over traditional engagement. The car can hit 60 mph in just 3.5 seconds and blast through the quarter-mile in under 11 seconds flat. But it's not just about straight-line power. The new magnetic ride suspension, adaptive dampers, and active rear differential ensure this Mustang can dance through corners with surprising agility. When it comes to pricing, the 2026 Boss 429 doesn't come cheap, and that's expected. Starting around $86,000, this car is aimed at purists and collectors alike. Fully loaded with track package, carbon fiber accents, and upgraded Brembo brakes, you're looking at north of $100K. Is it worth it? Well, when you factor in the engineering, the performance, and the limited production numbers Ford plans, it starts to make a lot of sense, especially if you're the kind of driver who values heritage, power, and exclusivity. If you're considering the 2026 Boss 429, here's our take. This isn't your everyday commuter. It's loud, it's aggressive, and it demands your attention. But if you're a driver who lives for the thrill, if you grew up dreaming about the old Boss Mustangs and want something that honors that spirit with modern performance, then this is your moment. Just know that this car doesn't make compromises. It's built for those who don't either. And that wraps up our full review of the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429. It's brutal, it's beautiful, and it reminds us why muscle cars still matter. In a world of hybrids and silence. If you enjoyed this deep dive, hit that like button, subscribe for more no-nonsense car reviews, and tell us in the comments, would you go all in on the Boss 429? Or is there another legend you've got your eye on? Until next time, drive hard, stay safe, and keep the pedal down.